So we're here with Matt Millen. Matt, can you give us a little update on where things are with you? You're going to be an analyst for ESPN this year?
Yeah, I do college football on Saturdays, and then Monday nights I'll do Monday night pre and post game, and then once the NFL Network starts, about halfway through the season, I'll be doing them. So it'll be pretty busy. It'll be a good football fix for me.
When was the last, have you ever done college football before?
No, that's what I was kind of fired up about, because the venues that you get to and the fans, it's just it's just completely different. Penn State's changed completely. When I was there, and when I went to Penn State, they had 58,000 people, and it was the quietest 58,000 you ever saw. My daughters both go there now.
Oh, okay.
And I will turn on a whiteout game, and it's phenomenal. I mean, that's a tremendous venue, one of the top in college football. And if you really look at Penn State right now, Penn State football is one of the jewels in the crown of college football. So that's kind of exciting, actually, and hopefully I'll be able to call a game up there. It'd be fun.
When was the last time you saw a Penn State game in person?
1975.
Really?
Yeah, I was being recruited. Joe was recruiting me. They played Kentucky at Beaver Stadium, and I sat in the stands for that game. That was it.
And I mean, just because you've always been playing and
doing something.
Yeah, working, doing something. Right. So I mean, are you anxious to hopefully call a game there this year?
It would be fun. I would. You know, the interesting thing is there's still a lot of the same people there.
Right.
And so it's
even the people, even some of the people who are coaching, the Jerry Sandusky's and the Fran Ganners are still.
Jerry, just talked to Franny. You know, I see Dick Anderson's still up there. Tom Bradley is, heck, Scrap played with me.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of the same people there.
How did your
and that guy with the big glasses, that guy, he's still there.
Are you looking forward to seeing him here today?
Yeah, I will. It'd be good to see Joe.
He tells some good stories about you and what a pain in the you might have been back in the day.
You just have to listen to the stories and try to figure out what parts are true and what aren't.
Do you pay attention to what's going on up there, and if there is ever off the field stuff and the way that Joe handles it, and think
I think the one thing about Joe, Joe's been consistent through time. That's the one thing Joe has been, but what hasn't been consistent is the landscape's changed. So things like this, which you're doing, didn't exist 30 years ago, and things like ESPN wasn't around. That didn't happen. There wasn't that much coverage. You had a little bit more control or say-so what went on with your group and your team. Not only at Joe's, at Penn State,
everyone. Sure.
And so that part I think has changed. But I think he's been pretty consistent with how he runs his program.
Now, you had a nice run in the NFL as a player. You were there as a GM. What was your title in Detroit? Was it?
I don't know. That's a good question. How you been?
How are you?
Good to see you. You doing good?
Yeah, can't complain. Things go up?
Yeah, hanging in there.
Yeah, good. I'll let you fix that. No
That's okay. How do you think all that helped you?
Just perspective. I think any time that you, like here, it's like you get married, and you grew up in a family, and you understand. You think you understand kids until you have your own. Then you have your own, and you have a better understanding of how to raise kids and teach kids and all that stuff. And then when you become a grandparent, you go, man, I screwed a lot of things up. I'd have done it a lot different. It's the same thing.
And I heard you talking a little bit before with some other folks about how the game has changed.
Game's changed.
You've had an opportunity to go see some last fall. You had an opportunity to go see some games in the Lehigh Valley. What did you see? What stuck out at you as having changed so much?
I think the main thing is the game is going away from the field more than I would like to see it go, but it's coming from the sideline a little more, and I understand that. The rules have changed. There's been some rule changes that allow for different things to happen, but at its base and its core, it's a blocking and tackling game, and it's a minimizing mistakes. Generally, still, you don't get beat by a team. You usually beat yourself. That hasn't changed. So, but it keeps evolving, and it'll continue to evolve. And that's kind of the beauty of the game.
I appreciate it, Matt, and look forward to seeing you back in Beaver Stadium one of these days.
It'll be fun.
Thanks, man.